every morning. Every morning. Every morning when I wake up and I'm give myself I'm gonna fail. I don't see nothing but the sun and I give up when I stand. Wouldn't understand how to work it out. That's one of the only verses I know in that song. The every morning when I wake up and I'm down and then I'm feeling down in Papa's bed. What are the lyrics to that song? I was saying every morning the cats run around like crazy. Good morning, Siren. Good morning, KK. Hope you're doing good. Hey, Tara with Trisha. Hey, CJ. Beck Del Real. Good morning, Lonnie. I love you, Lonnie. Thea. Thea, it's good to see you here. Hey. I hope you guys are doing good, Thea. What's that song called? Four post morning time song? In the 4 post times? The cats are caffeinated, and we did discover possibly, I don't know if caffeine can affect the kitties. I do not recommend this, but Michael was like, can you please start dumping your coffee cup out when you're in a hurry in the morning before you leave? Because sometimes when I'm in a hurry, I'll stick it in the sink instead of the dishwasher. Oh, Every Morning by Sugar Ray. Thank you. And Kitty, little Gizmo, he is big enough to jump up on the counter now, which I am not a fan of cats jumping on counters. And he gets up and he drinks the coffee. And I think it's Phoenix that is encouraging this behavior and teaching it as well. Good morning, Donnie64. Good morning, Hendo. Yeah, that is a good song. Good morning, Jerry D. Love you, Sally Ann. Hey, Sally Ann. I have a part 3 to ask you about. I want to make a Sally Ann trilogy. It won't be a cartoon this time, though, guys. I don't think people were a fan of the cartoon. I think they wanted me to dress up as Sally Ann for the second Push Me Like In. I just didn't want to shave my beard. So I was lazy and I went with the cartoon route. Sorry about that. But the third one will be fun. But I need Sally Ann's permission first. Okay. It's a really fun idea. Yes, Laura D, the cat does like coffee. That is correct. Yeah, Sally Ann, I'm really excited. I kind of want you to be a part of it. Good morning, Peach. Love you. Good morning. It's okay, Sally can have a beard. She could. I mean, she said that, but I didn't want to do that. You know, if you lay some tinfoil on your counters, it'll discourage the cats from jumping up. It'll be annoying to have it there for a few days, but they have tinfoil. Yeah, because now he's jumping up on everything, Thea. And you know what's funny about little man? I call him Little Shadow Ninja because he's so cute. He just jumps out of nowhere. But you take him down, you say, no, and he jumps right back up. No, no. And then he gets right back up like, yes, no, no. And he's like, yes, no. And he's like, yay. And we go back and forth. When Michael tells him no, he listens. I'm a pushover. Morning, something to talk about? You have a tattoo. Yeah, Vicky, Mexi, like way back in 2010, Mexi was like learning to do tattoos, and this one looks like a prison tattoo. It's faded. This is one of the first tattoos that Mexi ever gave anyone. I was his guinea pig, and he also gave me my What Would Jesus Do tattoo. Morning, Jessica. Hey, Foxy in the Boxy. And then I also have this one that my friend, who she's no longer with us, I'll just say that. Keep it, PG for a little bit. Yeah. I spent my 30th birthday at her funeral. She gave me this Gemini tattoo, but it peeled a little bit and I never got it fixed because the scab fell off because she gave it to me and she's not here anymore. But look. See it? Do you see it? Oh, do you see it? Oh, God. Morning, Angela. Angela. That's not the first time someone's legs were in there saying good morning, Angela, right? I'm just kidding. Okay, Sally Ann, love you. It's like that meme. Ooh, a Sally Ann tattoo. That would be fun. It's like the meme when the cat is pushing the coffee cup and his owner says no, and he turns around and he does yes. Hey, Sally Ann, how come you haven't sold merch yet? Like funny merch. You have permission to use my character, like the dressed up character if you want to. That'd be adorable. I'm not that flexible. Anyways, gather around, okay? Get your coffee. This morning we are drinking. Anyone remember her? This is one of the first YouTubers that I ever bought. This is the first merch I've ever bought from a YouTuber. The Dish with Lish. The Dish with Lish, where are you? Where are you? You disappeared from the world. Do you guys remember her? Hit a 1 if you remember The Dish with Lish. She used to do true crime. She'd hang out with Oni. And I think she hung out with like J is for Justice and maybe Critical K. I'm not sure. Oh, chronic. Oh, psoriasis. Psoriasis. I'm glad you laughed at that, Angela. I didn't want you to take offense to that. Anyone remember Dish with Lish? She kind of was in like the Molly Golightly, I think Perplexed Cutie group for a little bit. I'm not really sure. Morning, Scotty. No. Oh, Lonnie and Peach. Okay. Hey, The Dish with Lish, hit me up if you're out there. Love your cup. Actually, true story before we hit the intro. The first one broke that she sent me. She sent me this one for free. Thanks, Dish with Lish. I still have it. Anyways, oh, morning replay. Gather around. No chance. No dance. No chance. No dance. No chance. Give me second chances. That's so cool! I won! Yay! Ow! Ow! I have that song stuck in my head. Let me give you a stick and poke tattoo I've done for you. Oh my God. Theo, would you really? That would be amazing because I really need to fix my tattoos and I want to get new level, new devil on this one. I kind of want to get a funny one too, like You Feel Me or something. You know what I'm saying? Anybody hear that Sinead O'Connor passed away? It's really sad about her, just her story before passing away and stuff. It's really sad. You know what I'm saying? Morning, Megan. I go to Mommy Ramblings and you too. I think you were both married in a previous life. Well, you know what? Foxy and the Boxy, I don't think I've ever used this approach with Mommy Ramblings, but today we're going to try a new approach, a little new one. Okay. Because I'm one of those people where if you're not listening to me, I'll scream louder. Listen to me now. Ooh, it is a pricey addiction. Unless you have a friend that just does it and then it fades 10 years later. Good morning, Michelle. Hope you're doing good. She was a tortured soul if there ever was. I really only know, I mean, I know this is bad, but she's kind of like forever a star to me just for Nothing Compares to You. I don't really know if anything else compares to that song from what she did, from what compares to that and what doesn't compare. That's the only song I know by her. Does she sing any other hits? She had a very sad life. I didn't know is she Irish? Is that an Irish accent? I saw her in an interview and I just learned that she also was agoraphobic. I didn't know that. And then her last video before she passed was sad. But anyways, that was a real positive way to start the stream, huh? Morning, LMP. Hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good. Okay. So, I suppose I can get started instead of ranting about nonsense. I actually wanted to start with, hold on a minute. We're going to start with this, okay? So just hold on a minute. I should have been more prepared. We're going to go we're going to jump in a time machine really quick, okay? Because this is vital to what I'm going to be talking about Mommy Ramblings. And I titled this Mommy Ramblings. I hope you're listening. And I mean that in a genuine sense. Like, I hope that you actually take the time to listen to this, because my approach is genuine. Because, oftentimes I think we get offended and angry, and we just go back and forth rather than like stopping and listening. And often I don't want to listen to people if they're cussing at me. I don't want to listen to people if they're fucking calling me names. I don't want to listen to people coming at me sideways, motherfucker. Come at me sideways, motherfucker. Come for you, motherfucker. Yeah, you motherfucking asshole. Yeah, you. What movie is that from? Do you remember? Hold on. Before we get started, what movie is this from? Love is like a sweet, sweet rose. Love me and leave me. It's the story of my life. But it won't happen again, see? Since I bought me a butcher's knife. So, kill him, motherfucker. Kill you, motherfucker. What movie is that from, you guys? What have you drank this morning? Coffee. She passed from a broken heart, my opinion. Sinead O'Connor passed 18 months after her 17-year-old son, Shane, passed. That's really sad. Who knows that movie? She sung songs that Glenn Close wrote. Oh, really? Did Glenn Close sing It's Been 7 hours and 15 days and she took your away. When you've been gone, I could do that's a Celine Dion singer. It's from Don't Be a Menace While Drinking Your Juice in South Central Park, or whatever. The funny version of Don't Be a Menace. Whatever. Oh, wow. Glenn Close was friends with her. Wow. Oh, Prince wrote that song. Okay. Oh. Sinead O'Connor lost 2 sons, tragically. You were a bartender during that song? God, everybody sings that song. Karaoke, and you know what pisses me off at karaoke bars? It's like people pretend like it's a new thing, and oh my God, I can't wait to get up there and sing Black Velvet. Okay, everybody sings that song, and it should be banned. Prince wrote that. Okay. I couldn't get her song out of my head all day yesterday. It's a pretty damn good song. Nothing compares. That's one of those songs where it's like, it's sad, but it makes you feel happy. Isn't that weird? It's like, it makes you feel, it's one of those songs where it's like, you can listen to it in any mood and just like, she has like the power in that song to like morph you into like this story, and like it's powerful, and she hits the notes and it just makes you feel like, Morning Anitra. Nothing Compares to You is one of your favorite songs. Mine is Creep by Radiohead. It really tells my life story. That is correct information, by the way. Okay, sorry. I'm scrolling. I am scrolling. We're going down. I have to scroll a little bit back in time because we're going to hop in a time machine really quickly, okay? Don't pay attention to the cats right now, please. Okay, we're going to listen to this first, okay? So hold on. Let me share the screen. Okay. No more karaoke of that song, please. And also, actually, I like when Sweet Caroline, when people sing Sweet Caroline and everyone goes, bum, bum, bum. And you're like, got a good beer buzz going on. Now that's fun in a karaoke bar. Good times never seem so good. So good, so good, so good. I feel inclined. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Share. Okay. Now, speaking of Sweet Caroline, we're going to talk about Carouselin. Okay. Now, pay attention to this. I'm not going to tell you what the date is. Kind of speaks for itself. So let's take a listen. I'm going to mute and sip my coffee. This is a 4-minute video.
I have received so many messages in the last 24 hours, and a lot of them I've deleted because people are being incredibly mean. And what I really don't appreciate is people coming to me, telling me something that I didn't do, and not coming to me with facts. I don't want you to take my word for it. I don't want you to take my word that I wasn't on a panel talking horribly about this woman and her child. Okay? I want you to do your research. I want you to dissect it. I want you to go to this supposed live and see I was not there. I want you to actually research. You guys are part of a true crime community. So why don't you investigate and dissect it, and you will see that I am not involved at all. But stop coming over to my channel and threatening me and saying horrible, mean things when I have not done anything at all. And you will see that. And stop cutting me down for my religion, my Christianity, my homosexuality, saying I'm two-faced or riding the fence. I don't know most of you people. And I'm getting really sick and tired and fed up when there's a target put on my back and I'm not supposed to speak up about it. There has been a target put on me for doing something terrible, which has not happened. It did not happen. It will not happen. So please, if you're going to say mean stuff, I'm going to have to disable my comments. I'm going
to pause there, KK. The reason I sound different is because I was in shock and I was traumatized. And we'll get to why I did this live in just a minute. But I was scared. I was really scared. Let's keep going.
Answer any questions people have if you're being respectful. I want to communicate with you guys and see what you have to say. But when you're coming to my channel and you don't know me and you're saying you're fake or you're a liar or you're two-faced or you're hateful or you're a terrible Christian or whatever, you could save it because none of that means anything. The only thing that matters to me is the truth. And what's annoying is people aren't seeking the truth. They're being lazy and they're not actually looking into it themselves. They're going off of a rumor. So please do yourself a favor and investigate this. You can go to Lemonade's live from 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago. You can see that I was not on her panel. I have not been on her panel in over a week. I was sick in bed pretty much all week. I started feeling better a couple days ago, getting out of bed, moving around. And the only thing I've really done is been in people's chats and said, hi, I've been lazy and watching movies. But you know what? Again, I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to do your research and I want you to investigate for yourself so you can see for yourself. And if any of these lives are being deleted, I have people that have recorded them so that they are still there, so that they can still be provided for you to see that I am not on any of these panels. I'm not talking terribly about anybody. I am definitely not talking terrible about anybody being deceased or contributing to a conversation like that. So if you're going to tell me that that's what I'm doing, then you better come and you better actually do your research and look into it. You're not looking into it. And that's what's incredibly frustrating to me. Okay? If I had something to hide, I would just come out and say it. If I felt bad for something, I would come out and say it. Okay? But I'm very offended and very pissed off that there's been a target placed on me when I've done absolutely nothing wrong. And the horrible, vile, terrible, crazy things that you guys are leaving in my comment section is more hateful than anything. So I ask you, if you're going to be respectful, please go ahead and you can leave a comment. You can ask me anything. You can email me. I'll give you my phone number. We can talk on the phone. It doesn't matter. I'll answer any questions. But if you're not being respectful, your comments are going to be deleted. And I'm sorry if you get offended by that, but I'm not going to sit here and try to explain myself when nobody's listening anyways. So again, do your research.
Okay. So give me a second here. Ah! Help! Oh, whoa, that was weird and ah! Whoa! I hit. Okay, am I looking at the right screen now? Okay, now I'm seeing myself. It clicked over to the live that I'm on now, and I saw my face, but that was weird. Coffee. Wow. All right. So first I'm going to ask you folks. I saw some of you remember what that was from. Okay. But first I'm going to ask you, does anybody know who NewsTubers is? Anybody know who that is? NewsTubers. It's a channel name. Anyone heard of it? Anyone know what their channel was about? What they put on there? Kind of what they did? Siren does. Okay. Lore. Okay. So, hey, German lady. So, NewsTubers, they did like cartoons, of course, if you're not familiar, and they kind of like took clips from the crime or true crime community and put it in one. Okay. So if you saw a video of NewsTubers where I'm like I'm a cartoon bathtub and I'm ripping everyone a new ass, I'm screaming at people, I'm shouting, I'm cutting people down. Well, that was clipped from a video that I finally snapped. Okay. The video I just showed you, hold on. Well, first, let me say the video NewsTubers clipped when I snapped was June, I want to say around June 11th of 2021. Okay. This video that I just showed you was from, that we just listened to, was from May 11th of 2020. So over a year before when I snapped. Now, I saw some of you commenting on the tone in my voice, how I sounded different. That's because I was scared. I was confused. I was in shock because I woke up one morning the night before. I remember clearly, and I've explained this. So, Carouselin, I hope you're listening. I was a part of Mommy Rambling's community. Okay. We were friendly. I actually found her community to be adorable at the time. It was a place where I can go and like, it was just like a bunch of, they didn't really do crafts, but it felt like family to me because it was elders, like people that were older than me that were kind of like moms and aunts and grandmas and like sisters. And it was just like a family, and it was enjoyable. It was nice. And I was nothing but kind to that community of people. The video you just heard was after I had woke up one morning. Now, this was after days when I recorded the video. I woke up and Mommy Ramblings was live. She had just had a tragedy happen, and she was going off by a lake, and she was sad. And I knew what she was going through. And I was, I went into her chat after waking up, and I had a phone conversation that morning with Hello Starlight. Because Hello Starlight was being blamed for making fun of her tragedy. I had no idea that I was also, which did not happen. And plus, I would have no reason to even be mean or call Mommy Ramblings any mean name at that point in my life. So I go in and I'm like, I'm so sorry, what happened? And everybody screamed at me. Everybody that was normally like an aunt, a grandma, a loving person, a family member to me, cussing me out, blocking me from the chat. And then just the chat was going wild, saying how terrible and evil I was. And you guys, Carouselin, you have to realize I had not done anything mean or said anything mean. So seeing that, especially from people that were like a family to me, I was in shock. And so naturally, immediately, I text her. I had Carouselin's phone number. And people were like, well, why would you do that? She was grieving. Well, because she was online talking about me, and it was false, and we were friends. That's why. If you have time to go online and talk about something, then you have time to talk it out with me, not about me. Okay. So, and that's why I contacted her. To this day, folks, she's never responded to a text. Nothing. Never. Since I was blamed. We've never spoke. Not one time. Never. Ever. Except like this, just addressing each other publicly. So that video I just played, there was, oh my God, there's NewsTubers. Hey, NewsTubers. There was thousands of people at the time, you know, my job had been contacted. They wanted me destroyed. And that wasn't necessarily what I was concerned about. I mean, yes, that was scary. But I was concerned that she had false information and this is not correct. Please fix this, because now there's thousands of people that want my head on a platter. So please, like, I'm desperate for you to. And as you heard in that video, I said, please look into this. Like, don't just believe things. Do your research and you'll see that I'm innocent. And so was everybody else that was blamed. Hold on, I want to read NewsTuber's comment real quick. He said, I'm here. I have stated several times you apologized to her several times for your rant. That's why I took the video down. You try to make peace and that I'm a witness to it. I appreciate that. And I'll get to, because Carouselin supported your channel, Mommy Rambling. So that's kind of what's confusing about why she was offended, but I'll get to that part. I've got a lot to talk about on this, so I'm going to try to stay focused because ADHD. So what you heard in that video was me begging people to look into it. Now there's multiple videos. I said, please, please. I was begging people, please leave me alone. I was getting threats. Hello, Starlight, who was blamed. It was terrible, you guys. I don't know if you've ever had thousands of people target you and say terrible, mean things to you. It's kind of like a scary bully in high school that could destroy your life, times like 5,000. And that's not exaggerating. That's the truth. That's what I experienced. I had to turn off I've never turned off my comments on my channel except during that time. I had turned them off for a little while. It was terrible, horrible. I was scared to, and listen, guys, when I used to come on YouTube, I never really fought with people back then except making Lemonade, but she just messaged me this morning. We love each other. Me and Lemonade talk all the time. We love each other. But I had never experienced hate on YouTube until like that moment, like pure craziness. And what was really frustrating about it is that nobody wanted to listen to what I had to say. And it was kind of like, who cares what other people think? I just want Mommy Ramblings to know that I did not do this. And I was trying, like, I had her phone number, I had her Facebook. I am gonna go here real quick, and there's multiple, but I just want to show you, because you guys probably hear clips all the time of terrible things that people clipped. You have to realize that the video I just played was 2020, over a year before I finally snapped. Now, listen, during this time, I went through a personal journey that you guys know about, spiritual and all sorts of stuff, fixing myself. And during that time, that entire year, I was made fun of. I was harassed. I was made fun of for my addiction problems I had in the past, for my hair. And that's key, because that's why Mommy Ramblings got mad at Natasha for making fun of her hair. But NewsTuber's little character of me, I mean, it was a joke. Like, it was a cartoon making me look goofy. And of course I have a mohawk, and it was poking fun at, you know, my looks in a way that it was a goofy character, and I'm goofy, you know, I'm animated anyways. And Carouselin supported that. So I just want you to keep that in mind. But I'm going to play something. Let's go, if I could look this up real quick, because it was never responded to. So here we go. Facebook user. I just want you to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 messages in a row I had left on May 16th. I'm just going to play this. I haven't listened to this in a long time. This is one of the messages I sent to Mommy Ramblings after this happened.
Wait, because I felt like that.
Wait, what?
I'm going to try a different approach, because I noticed you did not read my message from a couple of days ago, and I completely understand. I know that you probably have so many messages and greetings and everything coming in with what you're going through. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop telling you that I had nothing to do with anything that's ever been bashing you, ever, Carouselin. And to be honest, your community has bashed me before just simply for calling BBT a sweetheart. And I don't hold that. I've never held that against anybody. I just simply stayed away. Just stayed away. Because I felt like that.
So I just want to kind of put you in a mindset. And also, I really want you to listen to this, Mommy Ramblings, because this is to try to get you to understand. I know no one's ever going to understand why someone would snap and say the mean things that I said. There's no excuse for that. I just want you to kind of see things from my view and how it got to a boiling point for me. So I tried to reach out multiple times. I've made multiple videos. And for a year, I kind of lost my give a damn after probably a couple of weeks of being bashed and not listened to, because it was frustrated not being listened to. That is so frustrating, especially when people are wrong. You're like, you guys are mad at me for I didn't do anything. So I started off very kind. Now, I'm going to pause because there's people that hate me that they're just going to play clips of me saying stuff that makes me look bad. And I admitted to this. You know, when people attack me or whatever, and I feel like I need to go legal, you know, you look into them so that you can, if you possibly need to go legal, their information. You don't want to do it for negative reasons. So there's a recording out there that the person that posts videos about me all the time is not going to be named anymore on my channel because she craves attention. I don't talk about her. But there's a video out there of me saying, you know, when my trolls attack me, I use this to look them up. And it's a service, People Looker, in case you need to go legal. Now, people have the impression, and this rumor goes around, that I called Mommy Rambling's son's funeral home to verify if he was passed away. I'm like, what? I never did that. When I thought that maybe this was a hoax, I looked into it to see if maybe possibly it was a scam or not. And he was, in fact, you know, he was passed away. So I admitted to looking him up, but I would never call a funeral. First of all, a funeral home, they're not going to be like, oh yeah, they're passed away. No. So that I did do. And it wasn't to be evil. It was to see, like, dude, why is she not listening to me? Because it didn't make sense. Why is she ignoring the truth? Is this a scam? Is this not real? So I looked into it because, you know, we investigate in true crime community. Yeah, I lost my temper. So anyways, after over a year of being tormented, lied about, made fun of, trashed, bashed, not listened to, and not just me, the other people that were blamed and didn't do anything also, they went through a hard time too. I'm just speaking from my experience. I finally fucking snapped. You heard the kindness in my voice. Yeah, I mean, that was just a few things I played multiple times, being very patient when, to be 100% transparent, I had no fucking reason to be patient with people for lying. I had no fucking reason, but I was. When someone says, oh, they were bashing you. No, the fuck I wasn't. I was in bed watching the movie Knives Out the night before. I remember clearly because I had to play over and over and over in my head what I was doing the night that I was blamed for being on a panel making fun of her family's tragedy. Never happened. But here's the bad decision that I made that NewsTubers happened to clip. The night that I finally snapped, I said, fuck it all. Fuck it all. These people aren't listening. They don't care that I didn't say anything. Now, mind you, listen, I'm also someone's child. I was going through a hard time personally, and I don't need to talk about that any further. I was going through a hard time, and I broke, and I snapped. Anything could have happened that night, and I was being tormented that night also. So yeah, I hurt people's feelings. I was like, you know what? I'm being blamed for saying this shit anyways. Let's just fucking say it and let's make it hurt. And that's not an excuse. Being mean and saying mean things is never okay. So it's not okay. Anything that I said was not okay. And still to this day, it'll be replayed over and over. People have it recorded, they'll play it over and over. I just want you to understand, when you get to the point of snapping, communication always helps. Yeah, I was pushed way over my limit. Absolutely, Elizabeth. And even with Siren and certain friends, that sometimes I don't want to listen. And then I think, and Siren actually reminded me recently before we made up again, because we're like brothers, we fight too. He's like, you don't like when people don't listen to you. Will you please just listen? And in moments of being stubborn, I'm like, no, I'll listen when I'm ready. But it's the fact that if we actually take the time to communicate, it doesn't need to get this far. Okay, so the night that I snapped, and the night that people are like, see, he did make fun of her tragedy or say mean things, I want you to understand that's not okay, but enough was enough for me that night. Over a year of just being blamed and tormented and not listened to. And it was a bad moment for me, and it's embarrassing. So let's get to the night that Natasha pissed Mommy Ramblings off, and they've kind of been going at it ever since. Natasha came up on my panel to comfort me the night that I snapped and finally gave in and ripped everyone a new ass. And she was trying to comfort me, and she had just so happened to say something about Mommy Ramblings. I don't believe she even knew really who she was, but she said something about her hair, and that really pissed her off, and they've gone back and forth, okay? So it was months later, I believe it was in September of that year after I snapped, after the bathtub thing that NewsTubers clipped, and I was on Natasha's panel with Siren. And I said, you haven't seen that NewsTubers video of me? Now, don't quote me, because the live's not even there anymore. I don't even know what was said, but I do know the context. I was like, you haven't seen that video of me? I'm like in a bathtub, it's muddy, and the character was like stupid looking. I was like, and it's funny because it's this cute little crazy looking character of me, but it's going off and it's cussing like crazy. And it's just, it's silly. It's funny to see something like that. The things I was saying was not okay. So, and I told Natasha, and I didn't say it to hide anything. I said, you don't need to play the whole thing, because I think it was like 17 minutes long. I just wanted her to see the character. And also the things I was saying, like, people had already heard them. I didn't want to relive that again. It was embarrassing enough. So of course I wouldn't want her to play the entire thing. I mean, have you guys ever cussed someone out or been in a bad moment? Can you imagine that being replayed right in front of you and you just cringing, listening to yourself? Yeah, it was a long time ago. Here she goes. Yeah, that was a bad night for me, Lonnie. So anyways, Natasha, Siren, and I had watched it, this video that NewsTubers made of me snapping, and it's this little cartoon character. And we were laughing at the silly, I was laughing because the character is stupid. But here's the thing, Mommy Ramblings supported NewsTubers' channel. She actually was in the comments of that video. Now, NewsTubers, I don't know if you completely deleted the video or it's private, but she is in the comments of that video supporting her channel, and she supported NewsTubers' channel. So I didn't see anything. I didn't think it would offend Carouselin by playing that. Nothing. It was just, we're watching the video like everybody else was watching that video at the time. Everybody that hated me was watching it and they supported it. So it's like, why couldn't I watch it? It was making fun of me and going at me anyway. So if anybody should be offended by the video, you'd think it would have been me, but I was kind of a good sport watching it, right? So anyways, Carouselin snapped that night. And if you guys saw the video of her, she's holding the picture of her son, she's screaming and she's like, you guys are evil, and just going really upset. She was under the impression that we were making fun of her son on that panel, and that's not how it was. Siren says the video was actually excellent satire. It was funny at the time, and Merb had already seen it and supported it. Yeah. So she went crazy. She she thought, once again, you know, getting angry based on a rumor or whatever that just wasn't true. And she got mad. Ever since then, her and Natasha have fought. But listen, they've been going back and forth recently. And this is the reason I'm doing this, because I really hope you listen, Carouselin. I never, ever had a problem with you. And I really adored you and your community. Communication is key. And I feel, and you know, I've witnessed it, like Sally Ann's here, and there's many people that have left, and I don't want to say it's your fault, but I think we can all learn a lesson that if you're communicating with people and understanding, no matter how angry you are, maybe you have to calm down a little bit first or whatever it is. But if you would have communicated with me, and I know you were busy, even in that voicemail, I was like, I know you're probably getting a lot of messages, but please just, even if you don't respond, just know I did not do this. If you would have communicated this all, I mean, I'm not blaming you because I'm responsible for the mean words that come out of my mouth, but I would have never snapped. I want you to understand, Carouselin, that I was frustrated that a friend was not listening to me and they were believing rumors, and it got way out of hand. Way out of hand. Yeah, Scotty, isn't it? You know, and I'm trying to lay it out with my ADHD mind so that people can kind of understand my point of view of it, and especially Carouselin. So cut to last night, okay? Mommy Ramblings is playing, she's not playing the live stream of Siren, Natasha, and I watching that cartoon of me snapping. She's showing screenshots of Natasha's face and my face and Siren's face. And there's parts where she's laughing, but there's no context with it. The video is not playing, so you can't hear what we're saying. You can't hear, you can't see. So Carouselin is showing these images of us and our facial expressions, saying that we're making fun of her tragedy. But that's not true. Does anybody have that video of me and Siren and Natasha? Does anybody have the actual video of us watching that cartoon? Because if you do, please let me know, so you can see what was being said. Natasha was laughing at my cartoon character and my face. That's what she was laughing at. Natasha has never, ever said a mean word about Carouselin's tragedy. That was me. And I take ownership over that, and it was not okay. That was me. But I want you to know, Carouselin, that was not me in the beginning when you were blaming me for it. There's no excuse for me eventually doing it, but I gave up on trying to convince you. I gave up on trying to explain myself, and I snapped, and it was a bad moment for me. NewsTuber says that was the first time she had ever commented on my channel. I never had anything to do with that person prior to the video. Okay. Yeah, and I don't remember exactly what she said on the video, but she didn't ask you to take the video down. She was okay with the video being present. So if everybody else could have watched the video, I didn't see a problem with us watching the video as well. So I hope you understand that as well, Carouselin. Who would even be evil enough to make fun of that kind of tragedy? Me, Michelle. Now keep in mind, and I want you to understand, that's not how it was. I didn't just do it and be like, oh, this is funny. No. I was pushed and tormented, and many of my personal tragedies and demons in my own life and struggles were made fun of. They were mocked for over a year, and I finally snapped. So it's not an excuse that I finally did what I was blamed for doing in the beginning. I just gave up, and it was out of anger. Yeah, you're right, Michelle. And I gave up on being nice, and I knew exactly how to hurt her feelings. And that's something that I'm very gifted in, unfortunately, is hurting someone's feelings. So I figured after over a year, you know what? You've hurt my feelings so bad. You have blamed me for doing something that I didn't do, but I know exactly that it hurt, and I know exactly how to hurt you. And that's what I'm going to do right now. Not now, but that in that moment. And that's what I did. And it's embarrassing every time it's replayed in my brain, every time it's replayed on YouTube out there. It's terrible. It's not okay. It's disgusting what I said. But your community and you were wrong for blaming me for saying that in the beginning. But now I know, now I've learned. I'm happy it happened because it taught me about myself that if a rumor goes around, here's what I've learned from that. If a rumor goes around about me that I'm ashamed of, that's not true, don't make it come true. Because I literally made that rumor about me. I gave them exactly what they were blaming me. And then I did what they finally, after a year, I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it. Okay, well, now I did it. So I am the bad person still. I was the bad person when I wasn't, and I was the bad person when I was. You remember the whole thing, Krissa? I'm currently going through my videos to find the original live stream. Oh, okay, NewsTubers. It's the, is it the live stream of me, Siren, and Natasha watching your cartoon? I hope that's what you mean. Elizabeth says, Robbie was blamed for something he didn't do, and then he snapped. I completely understand too, Robbie. You're the furthest from evil there is. You were tormented. Thank you for that, Elizabeth. My problem is when I am tormented, I give people what they deserve is what I feel. I feel like they're evil and they deserve that in return, but that's not okay, especially according to my beliefs in God and karma and all that. I'm just adding to the problem when I do that. Siren says it wasn't just Merb's community doing it. Several people, not to be mentioned, were also joining to gang up on Robbie. Now I'd say to ignore all these people, but what happened happened. Yeah, there was a lot. You're right. It wasn't, and a lot of those people still go today. And I'm purposely not mentioning any of them. I mean, even from saying that, they're going to say, we're talking about them. You had a lot of hurt and anger in your heart at the moment. And it was a lot of personal things I was going through, was a lot of it. And then add that on top of it, just made it a nightmare. You learned from that, and so proud of you how far you've come. Thank you. Hal to the No says Merb has that live but won't put it out on its entirety because Merb knows she lied about everything she admitted in those messages last night. I really want to see that live stream because the context was not making fun. Vengeance is mine. Amen, says the Lord. That's why I took the video down. As far as I'm concerned, you apologized several times. And then some. And yes, I'm looking for okay, you're looking for the one with Natasha and Siren and me. Thank you. Thank you, Vicky. I appreciate that. Hey, River Rat. So, and I really hope that Mommy Ramblings, because I've made fun of her. I've said mean things. I've called her names. So many things I have said. And I just hope you understand, Carouselin, that I had never thought poorly of you until that moment, until the communication was lost and I was blamed for that. And I did lose respect for you. I don't have respect for you at this time. I mean, enough respect to try to explain it the way I am right now so that maybe you'll listen to me, because you probably aren't motivated to listen to me when I'm angry and ranting. But you have to understand, and that's the whole point of me explaining this. I hope you understand I got to the point of ranting because I got tired. We're just going to play one more of these messages. Let's play the second one and see what I said in the second one. There's multiple, and you weren't responding. I mean,
funny, like Dane Cook funny, Sam Kim.
I got tired of addressing you like this.
And funny.
Oh, wait, hold on.
I just simply stayed away because that's the right thing to do when, people are going after you and just difference of opinion. And that's what it was. So I want you to know that RDA, man, I have bumped heads with them. They have called me the F word. I'm talking about the faggot over and over, and that word does not offend me. And they've been vulgar and vile. And I've tried to communicate with them in a comical level. So I've tried to joke with them on their level. And there's some people, Carolyn, in there that are actually really nice and funny, you know, like Dane Cook funny, Sam Kinison funny.
So I was talking about RDA because there are people like I didn't get along with them. They were kind of dicks to me, and then I got along with them through making Limeonade's channel. And basically they were also being blamed for making fun of Carolyn's tragedy at the time, and that's not true. Nobody did. They didn't do that. And so I was explaining to her, you know, she's like, anyone has to do with RDA, get out of here. And it's like, but I had my own issues with RDA. Some of the people in there weren't nice to me or made gay jokes or whatever. And the F word doesn't offend me and stuff, but like, if you're purposely trying to offend me, doesn't matter what you're saying, you're going to be annoying and you're going to piss me off. So I had my own issues with them, and I was explaining to her that I've got over them, and I'm not going to look over the fact that we were fine with each other just for somebody else because she didn't like them, especially based on a rumor. They were not making fun of her tragedy. So I was explaining their humor. And here's the thing, I don't even need to do that. And I will not do that to my friends right now. I've learned from that. If you don't fucking like it, deal with it. Rose says, I can imagine the pain of losing a child. I lost my godson, my best friend's child, when he was 3, and it was horrible. Also on my birthday, hence why I don't celebrate. You know what, Rose? You should celebrate in memory of them. And, you know, you should. And I'm sorry for that. Honestly, be proud of the person you become the last year. Thank you, Peach. And also, you know, through like when I snap or whatever, and I don't give a shit what people like when people are like, you're not a Christian, you said this. My beliefs aren't based on what you tell me to do or believe, because that wouldn't be a true belief. My beliefs are based on my experience and things. And I am very confident in God's love and his teachings. And my belief, everyone always says he needs to read his Bible. No, that's why when I snapped on you guys, and here's another misunderstanding. When I ripped the Bible up on camera and I snapped, I was showing you this is not a weapon and you need to focus on your walk with God. That's what I do. So I believe we're here to experience pain, whether you like it or not. It's going to teach you something in the afterlife. I believe that when we miss people on earth, we're just missing them once they pass away, but we're going to see them again. But that missing pain is something that teaches us something here on earth. That's something that we need to learn. That way we appreciate each other's presence when we're together in heaven. And I have all these beliefs for a reason. And I have faith that when we pass away, we're definitely all going to see our family and our loved ones again, including pets. So Carolyn, I'm confident, and I know that you're going to see your son again. That's a fact. That's a given. That's my belief. And we're all going to see our loved ones. So when I snapped and said mean shit, yeah, it was mean, but like, I know that you're going to see him anyways. I know that sounds bad, but you are. So I didn't give a shit. And plus I was pissed. Siren says, when I split from NC the first time, I apologized to Carolyn again for everything, and she accepted it. As far as I know, we're still at peace. I will not participate when others attack her. I have, you know, and others make jokes about her and stuff. I do. And maybe, you know, that's not okay. I guess now looking at my actions, it's not, but it is frustrating not having someone listen to you. But I guess maybe making fun of her wouldn't be the best approach either. So I'm sorry for that. But I wish you would listen, Carolyn. I really wish you would. Because it got way out of hand. And I also do believe that after all the attention, because I know all the attention it brought my way, and it was bad. If I had imagine this, folks. I had thousands of people attacking me. That means those thousands of people that were attacking me were supporting her. So it got her a lot of positive attention. So the more that happened also, especially over that year, I was like, what the fuck? She's not even listening to me. She's enjoying this. That's what I truly believed. I'm like, you're enjoying this attention. You're allowing me to continue to be punished and many others for something I didn't do. Is it because of the attention and the money and all that? And that's another reason I got angry. So there's so many factors that came into play with that shit. Yeah. Krissa, I love Joyce Meyer. So yeah, that's why, anything is offensive. When you're purposely trying to hurt someone's feelings, whether you're talking about my religion, sexuality, of course that's going to be offensive. But I'm still confident in my sexuality and religion and all that. But those are things that Carolyn's community went after me. I mean, they even went as low as to make fun of my music and shit. Now, mind you, everyone's going to do that. You put music out, they're going to critique you. But these were my friends. They never reached out to me, ever, still to this day. So I'm seeing people that I was friendly with talking horribly about me over a rumor. So eventually I made that rumor come true. Because I was like, well, if it hurts when it's fake, it's going to hurt worse when it comes out of my actual fucking mouth. And it did. And that's not okay. Lots of people in this community don't want to listen and communicate to straighten out their conflicts. I think it's at least partly because of the community environment itself. Well, and resolution is never good to people for, I guess, maybe their channels, but I don't care about that. It feels so much better to have a resolution and get zero content out of it, because there's nothing left to talk about. 0 views, 0 money. Feels good because you have 0 anxiety or shit to worry about. I feel like when you offer a resolution to a lot of people, they deny it or ignore it, because then they're going to have to figure out something else to do. Something else to talk about. And I talk about a lot of stuff on my channel, and some may be dramatic and stuff, but when I don't have anything left to say, I create something, whether it's a parody or music or whatever, and it's fun. Just do that. Hey, Maudlin, good morning. So does anybody have any questions? I did make note of things to say so I don't forget some of the things. I don't want to leave anything out. I wanted to say it as calmly as I could. But yeah, there's multiple videos, and actually what I'll do is I think I set a lot of them to public. But if you go back on my channel 3 years, not in live streams, don't go under live, but go to videos. There's a video called Thank You for Having an Open Mind, because there were people that were actually supporting me, and I was thanking them through the time that I was being blamed for something I didn't do. There's a live stream called Please Investigate This that we just listened to. There's another one after that titled Mommy Rambling Something, which I need to set on public. So you guys can go back in Mommy Ramblings. If you never listened to those, you can go back and listen to how shitty it was. It sucked really badly. I'm gonna have to unprivate one of those. Hey, Tira. A lot of these people grew up with mamas who were into soap operas and shows. My mom liked Guiding Light. That was the only soap opera my mom watched. Much of the community has stopped paying anything more than token lip service to the true crime aspect. It's all drama. Drama content is easier. Well, also what's frustrating is, like, if you already address something or apologize for it, all it takes is having one person that hates you. And they recycle, even if you've moved on from something from 3 years ago or apologized or got over it or made peace. There's still, okay, when there's new people that don't like me or start, arguing with me, there's always one person, don't even need to say their name, that goes to those people and says, look at all these videos from the past. I even had them share a video of me and Making Lemonade fighting with each other. Making Lemonade and I love each other. So they don't say, oh, they're really good friends. They got over whatever it was 3-4 years ago. They don't say that. They show a moment in time that's clipped forever on the internet. And shame on people that do that. That's why if you're a clip channel, shame on you. If you're only highlighting bad moments, where are the good moments? Where's the resolutions? There isn't any. Where's the change? When people change their behavior completely, what if somebody normally rips into people and now their new method of doing things is ignoring it? Why aren't you covering that? Why aren't you covering the growth of people? Even if there's one tiny bit of growth in someone, how come you're not highlighting that? You're only highlighting bad moments. And let's face it, the only reason people do this is because they don't feel comfortable or confident enough disliking you by themselves. They need as many people to dislike you with them as possible because that's what makes them feel better. Resolution doesn't make them feel better. None of it. They want everyone to see you the way that they see you, and they will clip you until they do, or replay things from your history until other people do. And unfortunately, there's dumb people out there that do not do their research and only listen to bad moments, but never look into how people got to those bad moments. Okay. Java Jewel says, good morning, Robbie and all. So this is the third time Merv has doxed me. The first time was my given full name on her spreadsheet because I was guilty of being in a chat she did not like. Java Jewel, I can relate to that because before this whole thing happened with Mommy Ramblings and I was blamed for joking about her tragedy and that didn't happen at the time, her community, a couple of people had emailed me and said, we're no longer coming to your channel and we're unsubscribing from you because you talked to BBT Boston. And mind you, at the time, I didn't even really know BBT Boston. She came into my chat and I said, oh, hey, sweetheart, or I called her sweetie or something. That's all it took to be like kind of banned from multiple people in her community. I didn't even know that they knew each other or fought. I was clueless. So, I mean, yeah, a lot of it is very unfair and it's bullshit. I agree, Tira. I mean, clearly people create clip channels because they want you to see somebody in a certain light. But in my personal opinion, I think there should be clip channel vlogs or blogs, like a list. There should be no channels, no clips. All it should be is, hey guys, look at what this asshole said today, and post the link to someone's full live stream so they can see the full context of what that person was saying. Not clipped, not edited, the full context. So you don't just see that person saying one shitty thing for 20 seconds. You see like a full hour of everything they were addressing and what mood they were in, and maybe were they joking or, but nobody wants you to see that. They want you to just zoom in and spotlight only negative shit. And that's frustrating. Let's see. I want to make sure I don't miss anything to say to Carouselin because, yeah, I think I basically said everything I needed to say. And I hope that you're probably never going to understand, Carouselin, my point of view, but hopefully you can just get a better idea of my frustration towards you. And mind you, it's never okay to snap. So I cannot make an excuse for that. But I hope you understand reasoning of my emotions, like reacting. and feel just my feelings. I hope you can get an idea of my feelings, because they weren't good. And I wanted to hurt yours because you hurt mine based on rumors. So I'm sorry for that. Okay. So if nobody has any questions, I will open up the panel for a little bit. If anybody has anything else to say or add to this, I don't want people to like be mean, because that would defeat the whole purpose of addressing it from this angle. Fuck. And I don't need that. So don't start none, won't be none. You edit the shit out of stuff, but leave in context. Well, I mean, Tira, and that's why even when you made videos of me, I couldn't like dislike you. I was just like, God, this woman doesn't even know me. But you were pretty fair in the way you covered me. It was just annoying. I guess it could be annoying when you don't know someone and it's like, what is their interest? Like Tira, okay, hold on. I have to say this. The channels this is why when you take a little while to calm down and take a look at situations, it's kind of nice seeing things from the big picture. But your haters, I guess, if you want to call them whatever, the one that like clips the nutter person, their videos are actually becoming funny to me, like comical. Foxy and the Boxy, I do not have a favorite color. I'm too indecisive. But if I were to pick one, it would maybe be green or pink. Green or pink, or like a hot pink, or like a blue. See, I can't. Yeah, so I mean, if they don't Kells at this point, if they can't take the sorry, I don't know what to do. And to the people that keep replaying this over and over and over, I mean, you're probably not going to, but can you please like take these videos down? Not just of me, but like if people take accountability for their actions, whether you believe their apology is genuine or not, I mean, that's not really up to you. Can you take the bad history down off the internet? Can you take these clips down? Like NewsTubers took their clip down of me snapping. Like, stop replaying it in history. Can you stop doing that? Because that's not going to help anything for anybody. Yeah, my wedding ring is green, and my husband's is purple. They're matching, and it's green on the inside too. And my husband has purple. And my wedding gear was green and his was purple. And then Rosaling, she crocheted these little, which I still have extra if people want them from the wedding, like little things to pin on people. It was so cute. And I didn't realize until recently, Rosaling, in one of my wedding pictures, the crocheted pin that I put on is a middle finger flipping you off. Look! That's what's pinned on my wedding picture. Is a middle finger. The purple thing. So cute, and fuck you. So fitting for my wedding though, right? For my personality, I suppose. Love you, Anitra. Ah! Robbie, look at It's Randy's Life. Last community post. Could figure out how to share it, or I would have sent it. Okay, Jerry D. Thank you. Hold on. I don't even know what's going on with It's Randy's Life then, because I really do try to mind my own business. I really do. Oh, and by the way, Tira, good on you the other day for like trying to make peace with those people. It would be nice, wouldn't it? Because I was looking through the person's content whose channel I struck, and I'm sorry for doing that. It's just, I would rather people communicate rather than making rumors or calling a man a pedo. That's not nice. Like, and I know I think it's a misunderstanding that maybe I thought these people were calling me that, but their community does based on rumors and stuff. And it's like, why don't you, instead of going straight to clipping somebody you don't like, why don't you try to communicate with that person first? Well, a lot of these people, it's because it's content and it's interesting to some people, but it also can hurt people's feelings. So I'm glad you try to make peace with them, Tira. And I mean, if those people are listening, the nutter person, you're actually funny. Your videos are kind of funny. I will say that. And the other two people, the married couple, like the guy has like a radio voice. They are, and he's entertaining. I haven't really heard her a lot. They are entertaining people. So they have like good attributes or whatever about themselves and stuff. So it's a shame that like people would just get mixed up. Okay. Anyways, I'm pulling up Randy's Life's community post. Why even think that's okay to post? Wait, post what? Hold on, Peach. Post what? Where's the middle finger? Oh, right here. See the pin that I'm wearing right here? The purple pin that Rosaline crocheted? They're little hands. And it's like flipping, the thumb sticking out to the side and the middle finger is like, you see it? Okay. Sorry. Present screen, share screen. Okay. You got the husband a really cool one and it's lovely. Okay. Still gross. I don't know what you're talking about, Peach, but let's see. It's Randy's Life says, what says you, Mommy Ramblings and Two Scooter Chick, shame on you. And we did not talk about your son tonight. So it looks like a screenshot of Carouselin saying, why did they play that clip? I feel like a fool now. I lost it and they did not talk about Ray. I cannot handle this. I have to go apologize and will forever look like a lunatic. I have all these people working and they did not talk about Ray. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm going to lay down this. I'm just going. What? When was this? What date was this? Oh, calling people a P word. When was this? You mean to tell me? Now listen, I'm not mad and starting, so I'm frustrated. You mean to tell me that Mommy Ramblings was aware that people were not bashing her child and it was based on a rumor, and she said, now I have to publicly go apologize, but she never did? Now she's going to look like a lunatic? Hold on a minute. Guess who looks like a fucking lunatic? Me! Guess who turned into a lunatic? Me! Me! After over a year of being blamed for something I wasn't, I snapped and I turned into a fucking lunatic. And I still came on and apologized multiple times. Carouselin, I'm asking you, if you're, and I don't know who she's talking about there, but it doesn't matter to me. Carouselin, if you know that anybody was not doing that, I don't care if it's Randy's Life, I don't care if it's me, I don't care if it's Hello Starlight, I don't care if it's Natasha. If you knew that anyone, because look, you ignored my messages repeatedly, being kind to you, and you went on every single fucking time you talked about me saying how terrible I was, when you know in your heart that's not true. And the only thing keeping you from coming on and apologizing for something that you were wrong about, the only thing keeping you from that is that you're going to look like a lunatic? What? No, that is unacceptable. Yeah, I was watching just another troll. I was watching some of Natasha's live, but I got tired and I had to go to sleep. but I will finish it. So please, this has gone way too far. Oh, in the Queen Moomin. So in this screenshot, she's talking about Natasha, myself, and Siren, that we were not. That's what she's referring to? Oh, okay. Natasha did. She showed this. Yes, Jerry D. And this is a private chat with her old moderators. Carouselin, I understand. Listen, me of all people, I know what it feels like to come on here and make a fool out of myself. You want to know why? Because I'm a human and I've done that so many times on YouTube specifically, to where I'm like, God, I wish I would have thought before I said something, because now I sound like an asshole. Now I was an asshole. And my experience with you, Carouselin, trying to reason with you and get you to know the facts that I would never, well, and I did say this at the time, I would never make fun of your tragedy or say that. Well, eventually I fucking did. And that wasn't okay. And you know what I did? Because I became a lunatic. I apologized. That's what you do when you make a mistake. It does not feel good to look like a fool. It does not feel good to have to swallow your pride. It doesn't feel good to do any of that. But it's the right thing to do, especially this is why I'm excited that I'm moving anyways. One of the main reasons I'm fucking excited about moving so far away from this fucking place is nobody's going to know where I fucking live. Well, you might look me up. And nobody's going to know where I fucking work, because I can't work at the same place because it's too fucking far. My job, not just that, but Thrive, my promoter job as well, had been contacted over this. You know, first of all, it has nothing to do with my job, so they didn't give a fuck. But sending clips over, certain, just like clip channels do, to HR departments and fucking bullshit, and sending things over to Thrive and stuff over a lie, because people wanted to attack me. So you may not know this, Carouselin, because your pride, you'll look like a lunatic. Your pride is standing in the way of that. Do you know how many people have been hurt from these rumors? And you could have corrected it. And right here, you're not. You know how much grief? Not only could you have saved other people, but you could have saved yourself. We could have been fine. You would have been like, oh, you didn't say, hey, I'm sorry, Robbie. I thought somebody told me you said that. No, Carouselin, it's not true. If you would have listened to the messages that I kindly sent you, it's not true. But you let it go. And when you let something go, it grows bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and gets worse and worse and worse. And the only thing that allowed that to happen is you protecting your pride. That is very disappointing and frustrating, because I have suffered. And you know what? A lot of people are like, oh, no, you didn't suffer. You're not a victim. You said evil, horrible things. I want you to listen very fucking clearly when I say this. The reason I said those things is because I was pushed to a point and I was tormented and harassed repeatedly, daily, for over a year. And this could have been fixed. I could have not been the asshole. I could have not been offended. I could have not got to a boiling point. So many things could have been saved if you wouldn't have been protecting your pride. Sorry, I need some water. Hey, Loving Crafting. Watch Natasha stream. Yeah, I will finish it. Hey, Laura. There you go. That's a good way to word it. This whole situation could have been avoided. Not fixed, but avoided. Exactly. one statement, one anything. Could have been as simple as Carouselin going on and saying, folks, hey, we're not going to focus on this topic during this live stream. I just want to address something since we have something else to talk about today. I just want to go ahead and make it clear, public statement, that what I said about Robbie, Hello Starlight, RDA, making lemonade, Breakfast Club fan, I want to let you guys know that I was under the impression that they were making fun of my tragedy, but that is not correct information. Okay, now let's move on. And it could have been that easy. And yeah, and that's what I'm understanding, just another Michelle. So what we're looking at here is she's implying we weren't talking about her son on that live stream with Siren, Natasha, and I. But it just goes to show she was wrong the first time and never admitted it. So did she know she was wrong the first time too? And this could have all been avoided. Rosalita says, did you watch both NC and Carouselin's lives? Carouselin had additional messages that NC did not show, not saying anything was on purpose. Maybe NC wasn't provided those messages. From what I was seeing, Rosalita on Natasha's live stream I just saw her scrolling through a chat. So, I mean, and she even said, this is very long. It's going to be like another hour, but I had to go to sleep. So I wasn't able to finish that, but it's my impression that she was scrolling through the whole thing. So I don't know what could have been left out if she's just scrolling through the chat. But again, I don't know what she was given. I was just watching and listening. Siren quotes her saying, I have all these people working. Well, that confirms what we already knew, that she had groups of people working to get it doxed. Yes. And a group of people working to strike people's channels for her. Probably the people that she said had working were people that had contacted my job or Thrive. And that could have been the people she had working. God only knows. Who are these people? See, I believe, Carouselin, if you had people working for you and they truly cared for you, they would have been working into facts of the situation and letting you know that none of these things ever happened, rather than encouraging your anger and making you more upset, especially making you upset about your tragedy. Like, to me, that's overlooking your feelings and not caring about how you're going to react. Even somebody telling you, these people are talking about your son, I think they'd want to avoid that if they cared about you, so that you don't hear those terrible things. That's what you do if you care for somebody. You try to get them to not see it. But these people are working just to get people's doxes and stuff. That's not. And there's not even a reason for that, because there was never a reason to be, I can speak for myself, there was never a true reason for Carouselin to ever be mad at me to begin with. Now, eventually, over a year down the road, yes, there was a reason, because I was not kind after I had enough of the bullshit. And I could have definitely acted better, reacted better, and dealt with my feelings and emotions in a way more adult, caring manner. Hey, Jet's mom, I love you. But that could have been like, that is very frustrating to me. Thank you. Thank you, Jerry D, for telling me to go look at this, because I didn't know. I did not know that she privately admitted that she was wrong. I didn't know that. Yeah, Queen Moomin, like, it may sound like an excuse the way I explain it, but it's the truth. It's my experience. I was pushed over the edge to a boiling point. And I'm learning in life that when you're pushed to a boiling point, it's never worth it to explode, because it'll always come back on you. Your words will always come back to haunt you. And I know that, because, like I said, my boiling point is clipped on the internet forever. But I have learned from it. I've been watching it, Robbie, and it's worth sitting down and reading the screenshots. Okay. Natasha wasn't done showing these messages. Part 2 is tonight to finish them. There you go. And I know from, listen, I know from personal experience with Natasha Cooper, okay? And this is why I do love her and I do trust her, is when she's mad, she'll cut me down. She knows how to hurt my feelings. She knows just the right buttons to fucking push, but she has never doxed me. She has never done anything dangerous to compromise my safety. All that bitch has done, and I will say bitch because she is a sister to me, and when she's mean, she is a bitch, and I'm a bitch right the fuck back, and we're bitches to each other. But she doesn't lie. She's never made up a rumor about me. She's been a bitch. She's definitely pissed me off and offended me, for sure. But she's never had to make up a rumor. She's never reached out. The way I met Natasha is I thought she called the cops on Mexi for going to the Watts house, and she didn't do that. So she may piss people off and say things, but she, in my personal experience, I know Natasha has a good relationship with her family and with God. And people may say, oh, well, you don't know what Christianity is. I don't give a fuck what your version of Christianity is. I don't give a fuck what your version or what you believe in. That's your experience, and I respect that. I have my own beliefs, and I know Natasha has limits, and I know she knows that there's consequence with God because she does have a good relationship with God, and I know that because I can see it in her actions. But what she calls a spade, and she's blunt, and yeah, she is a bitch. Natasha, when she gets mad, she is a bitch, but so is everyone else. But she doesn't go below the belt. She could have done so much. I have opened up to Natasha about so much private information of my life that in moments where she was mad at me, she could have revealed private information just to piss me off, and she never has. Never. So just know that. So that's why when people are like, oh, she scammed or she's a liar, I have to disagree with you from very, very good experience that she has had every opportunity to do that to me, and she has not. She knows a lot of shit about my life that just I'm not completely open with publicly that, might hurt my feelings. She knows things that other people don't know that could hurt me. And she's never used that against me. Hey, Brianna. Is Natasha a grandmother? Yes, she is. Yeah. Robbie knows I can be a bitch when we all can be a bitch. But here is what can be avoided, like what KK said, is all of this bitchiness could have been avoided by communication and swallowing pride. So hopefully Carouselin and other people can learn that through this situation or, any other one is when you get mad, look at the reasoning and look into things and communicate with people because, yeah, we don't like to say when we're wrong. It kind of sucks, but at the same time, it's a kind of a growing feeling that feels good to apologize. Like, when you have that weight of like anger over your shoulders and when you finally maybe the other person comes up to you and they're the ones who apologize. And that weight just goes away. You're like, oh my God, I'm so relieved they did that because I'm so tired of being mad and fighting. And it disappears. The anxiety, the stress, the weight of everything, it all disappears. But it takes one person on one side has to make that decision to be the bigger person to say, okay, I don't want to do this. This sucks. I'm not completely wrong or, whatever, but I'm just going to fucking end it and say, I'm sorry. That's all it takes. I was wrong. And you'll see it becomes an addiction to do that because it feels good. Humble pie is delicious. If she said that about my wife's death, she can go right to hell. If I had any idea what my wife was doing, of course, I would have stopped her. Just had the same surgery. What were you saying before that, Siren? I'm far from happy, but I just had surgery. I can't blow up. Hold on. What who are you talking about, Siren? Are you talking about Caroline or Natasha? I'm going to exit. I'm sorry, but there is no excuse for her digging into extended family members of Natasha and her subs, none, before she was ever on anyone's radar. I definitely agree with that. Just another Michelle. Lyndon is behind a few minutes, but have to point out that MRB knew within a few days that snow remover misled her about what was said, and she has continued for years saying you and Natasha did it. That is, yeah, that's why I just kind of blew up Lyndon, like my lid just literally blew. Julie Bear said MRB in the past 2 weeks claimed that I was complicit in my wife's death. Yeah, Siren, and what I've learned with her is because what Carolyn did to me, and Carolyn, this is another reason why I got upset, but for a whole year while I was going through a program and I was bettering myself, if you know, you know, if you don't, I'm not going through it again. I'm not explaining it again. I was working on myself and getting back mentally and emotionally under self-control, and it was mocked. So one thing I noticed, Siren, is just don't, Carolyn does try to hurt people's feelings. And I think that was her purpose, was for you to see that. And for it to hurt you. And you know it's not true, so, you know, don't even let it. Lying about a situation to drag it on when she knew it was a lie and still from last night is saying we talked about her son. That's very frustrating, Native Pride, and unfortunately I'm used to her doing that. Because that's how this all started. Was a rumor, false information, completely false. And hold on 1 second. I have to scroll because I want to play one more thing for you. I'm going to have to scroll, so give me a second. We're going back in the time machine. Oh, there's Carol. Oh yeah, my hamster's death. Those were mocked too. What is? Oh no, not that. Mommy ramblings. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to go to my privated videos, but I want you to hear this. Content. Give me a moment. Okay, videos. My God, YouTube Studio. Okay, here we go. Holy shit, I have a lot of stuff on private. No wonder you bitches clip me. Hold on, because this might take a minute. So here, we'll just play this for you while I'm here. Here's something fun for you to watch while I'm searching. Where did it go? Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is going to take me a minute. So I'm going to play this for you while we're waiting. Play on YouTube. Go to YouTube. Okay. This is a fun one. Wait, can you guys? No, you can't see that. Hold on. Present, remove, present, stop, share, share. Here we go. And I'll be right back because I'm searching for this. So hold on a minute. You are going to make fun of someone's looks. Like, for example, people make fun of my hairline or, you know, whatever they can point out. I think that's really it. There's not really a lot of flaws to point out on me. And it's not even a flaw to not have a hairline. To have a receding hairline, it's not a flaw. Do you want to know why?
Because around the holidays, around Halloween, when I'm not prepared to go to a Halloween party and people are inviting you out, I have an advantage over you with my hairline that you don't. Does anybody know what that is? My advantage when someone's like, hey, you want to come to this Halloween party with us with your receding hairline? And I say, I'm sorry, you guys. I just wasn't planning on Halloween this year. I'm sorry. Give me just a minute to turn into Wonder Woman because I got a last minute fucking Chris Watts costume waiting for you right here, motherfuckers. Bet you can't do that, can you? I'm ready to party now, bitches. Rock on! You feel me? So your flaws can actually be to your advantage. Is that cool? It's like magic, or it's like Doja Cat says in her new song, ooh, you the fan of the magic, poof, the pussy, my alakazam, yeah. I just alakazammed you.
No, no, chance, no, no, dance, no, no, chance. Okay, what I'm gonna do is when I get off of here, I'm gonna unprivate some. I'll make a playlist, and you guys can go back and look kind of at some of the things that were being said over a year before the whole Natasha Cooper and me and Siren were watching the cartoon. Okay, and you can see how kind and patient that I was in addressing this entire situation. So maybe you'll have a better understanding of why I finally fucking snapped. Now, again, that's not an excuse, but it is a reason for emotions. Okay. Are we trying to get canceled? Can I be cheeky and ask if you can drop Britney's channel link? Which Britney? Foxy and the Boxy? Britney Spears? Because I did see that Mommy Ramblings did put a Britney Spears reference in her title last night. Good for her. Yeah. Thanks, Angie. Well, I think I'm going to get off of here. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say. But I really do, Carolyn, I really do hope that you try to understand, what is by the laundry room door? I've been staring at it for an hour. I've got to know. On the floor? Jamie? Are you talking about on the floor? You should see Jessie Nelson's Barbie outfit. Ooh. I saw Trisha Paytas drinking a Barbie Frappuccino from Starbucks. Kind of want to try it. Jessie Nelson. Barbie. Oh, her eyes are. Oh, wow. Jessie Nelson is from Little Mix. Hey, Natasha. Look at that. That's her Barbie outfit. I like her eyes. She's very pretty. Hold on. Let me show. Okay, Jamie, let me show you before I get off here. Hold on. And it's crazy that you even know that that's my laundry room. I got this off Temu for like $1. I also got a comforter for my bed for $2. A comforter. Temu is crazy. I have like an affiliate link or whatever, but I don't really know how to use it, so fuck it. Good to see you too, Chrissa D. Anyways, I'm gonna clean, but I am gonna put on your live stream so I could finish listening to the screenshots that you were reading last night, Natasha. Yeah, Carmen Electra vibes. After what you learned that she knew she was wrong, you owe her nothing. I mean, you do have a point with that, Kells. Yeah, the Chris Watts costume. You're about to do part 2. Are you doing that today or are you doing it tonight, Natasha? I legitimately get a Temu package. It's crazy. Temu is like the Dollar Tree for online shopping. What else? Oh, I also got a toilet light. Oh, and a few? Okay, Natasha. So you guys go over to Natasha's to watch part 2. Where did Glenn get doxxed? Glenn, save Robbie. Glenn got doxxed. Where? Affiliate links work for new downloads of the app or for orders made through your link. Oh, yeah, I just saw that you posted your Temu. So go over to Sirens. He has a delete what comment? Hold on. What in here? I didn't highlight it. I didn't highlight it, right? I didn't highlight on the screenshots and see played. Did I show it on here? Do I need to go back through and where did he got doxxed in Mommy Ramblings? Chat, is that what you're saying? Someone delete the troll. Hang on. I see one. Thank you, Peach. You're addicted to Temu. Delete that. Did I highlight anything? I didn't. Okay, good. It's a troll. Okay. Making fun of your granddaughter. Oh. Okay. Sorry. I mainly look at avatars before I highlight something to make sure it's not like a bad picture. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Glenn. Sorry, Natasha. All right, guys, I really do got to go because my alarm went off. I'm supposed to be doing something right now. So go over to Natasha's and check out part 2. And Carolyn, I hope that you understand that, I mean, after seeing that, you really do need to take accountability. That enough is enough. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a good day and I really got to go. Goodbye.
No.